Still, Ryan Walters here at a very funky Suwon World Cup stadium.
Laid back.
Oh, they heard that the studio fade's happening right now. Studio fade just in time. I'm here with Scott Whitelock and Matthew Binns. It looks like we're in a prison cell at the moment, but coming from interesting locations. Anyway, this one finished 3-1 tonight. We predicted some goals. We got some goals out of this, so that was nice. Scott, since the Bluewings finished on top tonight, it was a strong performance overall, and we'll get to that a little bit in more detail in a minute, but what was the main takeaway that you got out tonight?
Organization and consistency throughout the performance, which is quite rare to see from Suwon at home. First half is what won it for them, spreading the width throughout the play. Second half came a little bit easier, and I think they took their foot off the gas. We talked about it during the game. But other than that, consistency, consistent throughout. That's really it.
Yeah, I think they definitely looked like they had a game plan coming into this. They executed. They moved the ball really well, whereas we talked about this at halftime. We talked about it throughout the whole game. Gyeongnam didn't look like they really had a game plan coming in the night, and they did not move the ball well.
No, I think the honeymoon's over for Gyeongnam. They really looked abysmal. Absolutely. But they did today. They looked like a K-League 2 team. They had zonal they committed to zonal marking, and sorry, the lights have gone out here.
Mood lighting.
They committed to zonal marking, but never really knew how to actually enact it. They were standing off players. We said in the halftime video on Twitter that Dayan's goal, as sensational as it was, he had all the time in the world to hit it. Both centre backs stood off him. And the only thing that stopped it from being a bloodshed wasn't the changes by the Gyeongnam manager, but it was more Suwon taking their foot off the gas. Suwon could have made this a messy scoreline if they wanted to, but they had the option to take players off and rest them for John Book. So really a job well done for Suwon today. And I think Gyeongnam need to learn to adapt. They played the same formation in every game. It's a direct, aggressive formation. They commit them forward, and it caught in the first few games. They got 4 straight wins. I think it caught those teams off guard, but teams have learned how to play them.
Well, I think the thing was that with this strategy and the talent that they have on their team, they were able to steamroll teams in K2 last year, but it's largely the same side that came in this year with a few additions, but not any real notable additions to make that jump to K1. So systematically, something's going to have to change for Gyeongnam because, like you say, they just didn't look like they were sure of what they were doing. I see we have a comment that came in that Dayan is indeed getting stronger, and we talked a little bit about that pre-match. The team hasn't necessarily done as well when he's in there. Tonight, that wasn't the case. Dayan did come off in the 68th minute. I was saying I would have taken him off even sooner, but him going almost 70, I think, is fine. What surprised me a little bit was that Yum Ki-hoon went the full 90. Would you have left him on there the whole time?
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Suwon couldn't see the game out. Obviously, they let a goal in the dying moments. But as long as the game was still in the balance, not 4 or 5, then I think it's the correct decision to keep him on. Ki-hoon's already proven last season and this season that he's a very, very fit 34-year-old.
Yeah.
He can go 90 minutes most weeks. One of the reasons why he's back in the national team setup as well. So I don't think there's a worry about his fitness going into Sunday's game or anything. Definitely the correct choice to keep him on.
And Matthew German made his first start of the season. He also went the full 90. What did you see from him tonight?
Solid performance. He didn't really have much to do. Gyeongnam didn't really come forward much. I think only with the 5 shots total in the entire game. 5 shots on and off target. Didn't have a lot to do. What you had to do, he did it tough, he did it fair, he did it assertively, like you expect from him. Solid game.
Yeah.
Good return.
Yeah, and I think on the other side of it, he played well defensively, like you say. He didn't necessarily have a lot to do. I think that's because Suwon had 19 shots tonight. 19 shots, 10 on target. They had 55% of the ball. It felt like more of that at times. But just a truly dominant performance that we talked about it during the game, Matt, that it was a bit of a shame that Gyeongnam didn't show up because how poorly Gyeongnam played was actually taking away a little bit from how well Suwon played tonight.
Yeah, it's undermined the performance here by Suwon tonight, and Suwon have played very well, but they'll always have the caveat with, but Gyeongnam didn't play well, that's all, and it's a bit of a shame really for Suwon because I think they're hitting their stride now, they're in very good form, and tonight. At least they've got to rest players. They've got a big game at the weekend against Jeonbuk, and they look in good shape for it. They look in really good shape for it, I think. And
happy to hear you say that, Matt. Very happy to hear you say
It's
that.
almost as if I'm sitting between a Bluewings and Jeonbuk fan or something. And I see that John Christian said Seoul, ha 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 ha, Jola. Because elsewhere in K-League tonight, the Gyeongnam Dragons pulled off a shocking 2-1 victory over FC Seoul, only their second win of the season. They just beat the big teams. They've beat Suwon and Seoul this year, so something for Dragons fans to sit with. Elsewhere, we do have Jeju going over Pohang 1-0. Ulsan pulled off the home victory 2-1 over Incheon. Nice to see from them. Daegu wasn't able to get it done tonight. They lost to Sangju 2-1, which means Daegu is now 12th because they were just 1 point ahead of the Dragons. So not that anybody here is excited about that. Suwon obviously pulled ahead here. And as mentioned, the Dragons beat FC Seoul 2-1. And right now, if you're here in Korea, you're probably able to go on Naver and watch Jeonbuk finish out their match against Gangwon, which I thought would be a little bit more fun, but Jeonbuk's Jeonbuk, and they're running away with it because that's what Jeonbuk does. Anyway, speaking of Jeonbuk, if you liked tonight's match, Suwon will be back at it on the Worldwide Live match this Sunday when they face the defending champions. These two gentlemen are going to preview that match. We're going to do a little bit tonight, but we'll also have some on the site. We'll have some on K-League site, and if you want to watch that one anywhere in the world, that one should be good because Suwon showed tonight that they can attack. Jeonbuk is showing yet again that they can defend. So I'll leave the preview for these guys after. But yeah, I'm not going to get your prediction on it yet.
No, don't do that.
Not yet. But anyway, any questions, comments, reactions, anything like that, get them in the comments, and we will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.